Hi. So in this video we're going to look at logical operators in JavaScript. There are three logical operators in JavaScript: the AND operator, the OR operator, and the NOT operator. Logical operators enable us to make the logic in our code a bit more complex and allow us to check two or more conditions at once. If we had an application that allowed customers to order groceries, we may have a scenario where a customer wanted to order some bananas. Before we can allow them to go ahead and place the order, we need to check we have bananas in stock. Things get a little bit more complex if we also want to make sure a customer is not ordering all the bananas that we have in stock, because this could annoy other customers, meaning that they couldn't order any. So now we have a situation where when a customer orders some bananas, we must check that we have bananas in stock and that the customer is ordering 5 or less bananas. This is the sort of scenario where a logical operator would be handy. We'll start by looking at the AND operator. The AND operator consists of two ampersand symbols, and it checks whether two conditions evaluate to true. To be clear, when we say a condition, this might be whether 2 is greater than 1. So going back to the stock example, checking whether the bananas we have in stock is greater than 0 is one condition, and then whether a customer is ordering less than or equal to 5 bananas is another condition. When we use the AND operator, the possible outcomes are as follows. If both conditions evaluate true, then the return value will be true. If none of the conditions evaluate true, then the return value will be false. If only one condition is false, then the entire group of conditions will evaluate to false. So let's have a look at an example. We'll declare a variable using let called firstValue. We'll assign to this the value 5. We'll create another variable, also using let, called secondValue, and we'll assign to this the value 10. Now, in a console log, we'll check whether firstValue is less than 100 and secondValue is less than 100. We get true. So now we'll try this again, but this time we'll set the first expression to a condition that evaluates to true, and the second expression to a condition that evaluates to false. So we'll change the secondValue variable to 1000. Let's run this again. This time we get false as the return value, because whilst 5 is less than 100, 1000 is not less than 100. Therefore, the whole expression does not evaluate to true. So let's move on to the OR operator. The OR operator is made up of two pipe characters. By using the OR operator, we can check whether one of a set of conditions is true. If one of the conditions is true, then the next condition won't even be checked, because the OR operator only checks the remaining conditions if the prior conditions were false. In this case, the return value would be true. If none of the conditions are true, then false is the return value. So let's look at an example. Inside parentheses, we'll create another set of parentheses. We'll check if 8 is less than 9. Then we use the OR operator and another set of parentheses, and inside these we'll check whether 9 is less than 8. This evaluates to true, so the second expression does not even need to be checked, and we get true as the return value. Now we'll try this again and check whether 100 is less than 9 or whether 100 is less than 11. As the first expression here is false, we move on and check the second condition. The second condition is also false, therefore the return value is false. So lastly we have the NOT operator. The NOT operator reverses or negates the value of a boolean. So the NOT operator will return false if the value is true, and true if the value is false. The return value of the NOT operator will always be a boolean. The not operator can be used with non-Boolean data types, but these values will be converted into Booleans based on whether that value is truthy or falsy before being negated. So let's look at an example. We'll initialize a variable which we'll call password is required, and we'll give it the Boolean value false. Now, in a console log, we'll negate this value with the not operator. Let's run this. We get true as the return value. So let's try another example. If we say 20 is less than 30, we'll get true. Now, if we use the not operator and perform this again, we get false because the return value is now negated.